Guys, we're back. I told you I'd do some more videos. One of the things that we're going to talk about right now is proper chain work. I see this a lot.
My favorite weapon ever.
I see this a lot, and I see this a lot in players that are not comfortable with a bat or are looking for an easier advantage over players that play a lot of bat and shield. And so I want to talk about proper chain use and proper body mechanics when using a chain, and this will just make you a better chain fighter in general. I'm not trying to teach you anything cool with it. I'm not going to teach you anything amazing and magical. I'm going to hone your skills, and this is something you can practice again. Just get a friend, one guy. It's, you're not allowed to have more than 5, so you probably only want one friend, and make sure you know where they've been and disinfect them before they show up. So
Lysol spray.
Never be afraid to disinfect your friends. Friends don't let friends go undisinfected. So I'm going to have Miranda stand in a proper position. Okay. And she's pretty comfortable there, and that's good. One of the first things we're going to talk about is where this chain should be and why we keep it where we keep it and kind of what you can do with your shield to saddle it more appropriately. Because you need it to be accessible to you, it is unlike a sword. It is going to kind of go behind your shield, but not up against it. I keep mine back here. I may even choke down on the handle if it's real big. This one has a real long handle. Maybe choke down on it to give myself some pommeling. It's okay to even choke it all the way to the head. If you're comfortable with getting close to your target, this will give you a lower hip block, so you can force a target into your leg. You can hold it all the way out here if you want and you're looking for leverage shots. This is fine. Now, I hold it back and I keep it here against my body with my shield in front of it so that they can't readily see that I have a very open side, because you will have a very open side. It's a very offensive weapon, not a very defensive weapon. Instead of holding my shield square in front of my body, I like to hold my shield slightly left and up, protecting the strongest side of my body I can and giving it as much defense as possible. This opens hips, which is bait. It's a good thing. So when I hold my shield like this, you can see that my hip is very open to her. With a very crisp, easy cut, she kills me. Now that's a good thing, because if she takes that shot, the easiest block we have is just to set our shield down, and then we're gonna counter that attack with an attack. Almost always when swinging with a flail, swing to kill.
Always.
Don't swing to wound. Swinging to wound does not really work, but we will talk about that a little bit. This is going to be kind of an in-detail video to clean up all of you chain fighters. So the first thing I'm going to have her do is stand up straight. Okay. I come in here with my position, and I keep this arm tucked so that she will not target it, and so that she will target this side or try to feint. Anything going this side, we're not going to move on. We're just going to keep ourselves tucked back so that they cannot throw shots on this side of my body over here. Anything on the shield side, we will move to meet, and we will move to meet it aggressively. So when starting the engagement, I actually prefer to let them attack first, because if you miss your attack, you're getting a counter and you have minimal defense. With this one, I have maybe 12 inches above my hand to defend with. So when you're starting the attack, I'll come into her waiting. She'll throw anything she wants, and I will aggressively move to meet that. And the reason is because once I do, I want to step in and meet the target and then unload the attack. And that plays into proper body mechanics. So we know we're going to meet blocks on this side aggressively. Anything on the other side, we're not going to meet at all. Proper body mechanics, because of the way that you stand with a shield leg forward is defensive. This is an offensive technique because you're leaning in with your sword and you can't readily defend yourself. You're ready to attack. So we're going to use both. And when you attack with your chain, you need to be stepping through the attack, giving yourself all the momentum you need to put yourself in a proper position. The shield should always move to meet the attacker as aggressively as possible, even on, let's say, a counter. So she comes in to swing, I block the shot aggressively, and this sets me in an aggressive stance. It looks like I'm ready to plow through her. Well, that's because I want to. Essentially what I want to do is turn into her weapon and get as close to her as possible, and then put my shield back where it would go so that I'm defensive and I'm just waiting to continue batting the back of her. I'm not trying to fight her. Fighting her is a piss poor idea because I have no defense. I have the shield, but you have no right hand defense. So a regular shot, and I'll have you turn a little bit so that I hit your shield deck real clean. A regular shot from this shield, a little more that way. Perfect. A good shot should unload from the hip, then the arm, then the wrist, and you should still have a slight bend in the elbow so that you can jump through the shot and pull your arm back. Right? The faster we're in position, the faster we can become defensive, the faster we can move to find another shot. If you're going to engage first, shoot to kill. So what that means is very common shots, and these are shots that readily are blocked, but they should still be thrown, are high shoulder. Okay? And you always unload. Don't come up and go like this because she'll lift her shield and then I can't get an impact. If I'm going to throw it, I need to come in and throw the shot as fast and hard as I can, shifting my legs and my body towards her so that I can shift back to a defensive position. Give me a second, guys. I'm wearing something that's way too big for me.
You've been losing weight.
If you want to throw another shot with this, I like same side wraps. To do that, same thing you would do with a sword, except the difference is we're not throwing our hands out and breaking the wrist at the last moment to return. We're just not fully extending our arm so that we can return back to this slot standard position.
Flails do that for you.
You come up and you turn out into the hip, and then you should just continue batting the target. It's really aggressive because it's a chain. It looks aggressive. It is aggressive. This is a non-defensive weapon.
Yeah.
So when I start hitting somebody, I don't stop throwing heat. I throw it as hard as I can, almost to the point that people would say it's excessive, except it's not excessive if it's working. There are other shots you can throw with it though, so let's talk about those a little bit. Now that we know proper body mechanics are through the shot for offense and no movement for defense, we need shots we can throw from a defensive position, and one of those is the high cross. This is bad. This will hit her in the face or it will come in low. That's no good. So to throw that high cross, and we talked about it in the sword and board video, we're going to move the shield, protect our arm, and throw it, except when you throw it this time, you're going to throw it really far into the hip. And it takes a little bit more extension, and it's a little bit more torsion on the body, so it hurts a little more at first to learn it. I do suggest stretching a lot before you play with a chain if you're going to be aggressive. So you can come into your target, and then set yourself in a position to create the motion of illusion. As you do that, or that illusion of motion rather, sorry. As you do that, you're aiming way out here. And to get that shot, we're going to come in with the step, but instead of stepping with our offensive foot, because that wants to come off this side, we step defensively and we throw the other end. And with the chain, that's real easy to get that illusion going that you're going one direction because it sits on that side of your body. So to throw it quickly is to come in, right leg forward. I step into the target. This is my defensive position because I should be stepping underneath myself. So when I do, I go like that. And I will kick my leg up. I have no problems with motion. Just try to get back under yourself. Try to stay under your shoulders, right? It's a quick bat. It moves you way to the outside. The chain has enough flex to come to this side of the body. When you uncurl, your arm wants to make a circle. Go over your head. This is a circle. Because it's a chain, we want to make a circle. So if you're going to rebuttal from that, you step across, and then you come behind them. Big swat. Straight lines are fast. Chains work in a straight line. Everybody can see that. That's fast. I'm not doing anything but opening and lowering my elbow and relaxing my wrist. If I try to fight it, it slows down. If I open my elbow more, it speeds up. If I open it completely, it opens up really fast. Find your follow-ups, get behind your target, look for easy kills. So again, and that's your shot. You say thank you for not hitting you in the back twice.
I appreciate that.
It's wrong to hit your practice dummy too much. Be nice. So that's one you could throw from defensive. Another one you can throw and end up defensively is an outside slot here. To do that though, we need them to go that way. There is no two ifs, ands, or buts about it. So from a normal position, we're going to shuffle our entire body to the outside, and in the middle of the shuffle, we're going to drop the chain and come across like that. If we don't do all of it at once, it will not work. And the reason it's going to work is because the follow-up is to pull the chain across the target and then bat them in the back. So when you make the motion, bring it across you. Jump at them. Swing it at their face. Don't hit them in the face. Swing it across their line of vision.
Ain't nobody like that ever.
Cross their line of vision. See how she doesn't like that?
Stop it.
I'm like 18 inches away from her. She
Stop
can't
it.
stand it. She can't stand it, and it's more than a dagger's length. So again, same thing. Come in, relaxed. I keep it in front of me, not laying down on me, so that it's free to move. I jump across the target, throw the shot. I don't want to reach out and throw it. I want to jump, move it in a straight line, cross their vision, back into their hip, pull it through the target, stand up defensively. Those are basic chain things, because we need to always remember that if you're not moving in the same direction as your hinge, you're losing velocity. These win fights because they have very high velocity. Your shot comes in very
fast.
quickly.
Very fast.
Shoot to kill. High shoulders on the target, high hips on the target, big wraps all the way around to the back of them, and if you can, sky hooks all the way over their back, lateral to their body, coming off this other hip.
And the center line chest shot.
Never ever going to teach anybody that. You will either hurt them or you will hurt yourself. And I can get into it, but that's a more explanatory video. Yeah, what I want is basic shot patterns.
Okay.
So we're going to do a couple of shots, just some fights. I'm going to hold the chain. She's going to fight with me. We're going to see how it goes. She's going to win some. I'm going to win some. But hopefully you guys will see some proper flail use out of this. When you're ready, if you're ready.
Always ready.
Okay.
Nice, there it is. Right here, guys.
Okay, you want to do another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, that same shot. Right here.
Okay.
One more.
Get aggressive. You got to stop me. Good. No, hip. You got me on the hip. Yeah, you couldn't see it. She actually chased me back and took my ass on a back pedal, which is a very good aggressive maneuver. Take the opponent off his feet, make him step backwards. Eventually, he won't shuffle. He'll step, and when I did, it made this big open pocket. When I tried to turn back into the pocket, it exposed my hip. I died. We'll do one more.
Okay.
Did I get it around too low? Okay. Very good. High cross. Keep it behind your deck.
Big.
I know. Keep it behind your deck. It's just for your own good. It's not because it's not a shot to throw. It's because it's a shot that should be thrown a certain way, right?
Damn it.
So they're high velocity. If you use them right, you can snipe a lot of kills with a chain. It won't make a lot of friends. They're probably going to target this arm heavily.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we keep it shield first.
Oh, yeah.
Better to die in the same engagement than to lose your main arm, win an engagement, and now you're stuck in the field left-handed, so you're probably going to lose your next engagement no matter what you do if you're not left-hand dominant or if you don't practice with your left hand. So that sword and board chain And then here in a second, we'll talk about weapons of mass distraction, and we'll bring the chain back.
Yeah.
We'll bring the chain
Weapons
back,
of mass
and we'll go through that a
distraction.
little bit. Thank you, guys.